I have found that nothing in life is truly worthwhile unless you take risks. Risk is the price we pay for greatness. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling, for a life that's less than the one you are capable of living." These words ring true for anyone seeking meaning and success. Think about the journey you've taken so far: school, college applications, choosing your major, and figuring out what you want to do with your life. At every step, people likely told you, make sure you have something to fall back on. But I never really understood that concept, falling back. Why prepare for failure? Why not focus on the pursuit of your purpose? If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. At least this way, I'll see what I'm going to hit. It's about momentum, about belief, and about clarity of direction. Falling forward means learning from mistakes and pressing on with purpose. Without consistency, you will never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Be bold. Don't be afraid to fail. There was an old IQ test involving 9 dots. The challenge was to connect all the dots using 5 lines, without lifting your pencil. The only way to solve it was to go outside the box. That's the key. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't fear failure. In fact, fail big. Dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. They will remain only thoughts if they are not accompanied by effort and planning. Dreams must be fed by goals and driven by consistency. Reggie Jackson, one of the greatest baseball players of all time, struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in Major League Baseball history. But nobody talks about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. They remember the big hits. The lesson is simple. Failure is not final. It's often the beginning of something great. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments before he created the light bulb. Did you know that? I didn't. What matters is that the 1,001st experiment succeeded. Every failed experiment brought him one step closer to success. Taking risks is not just something you should do. It's something you must do. You've probably heard this before, but let me tell you why it's so important. You will fail at some point in your life. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will mess up. And that's okay. In the acting business, failure is constant. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical. It was the perfect role for me, or so I thought. There was just one problem. I couldn't sing. I didn't get the job. But I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. Instead, I walked out of that audition and started preparing for the next one. And then the next, and then the one after that. I kept going. I prayed. I failed. I prayed some more. And I continued to fail. But that didn't stop me. Because I knew, there's an old saying, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So yes, you will fail. But you will also grow. You will learn. And eventually you will catch a break, just like I did. Last year I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was performed at the same theater, the Court Theater, where I had failed my very first audition 30 years earlier. Imagine that. The same stage that once rejected me became the place where I performed a leading role decades later. The message is clear. Failure is not the end, it's part of the journey. Every graduate sitting here today has the talent and training to succeed. But the real question is, do you have the guts to fail? Because if you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Now picture this. You're on your deathbed. Standing around your bed are the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential. The ideas you never acted on. The talents you never used. The dreams you let die. They are angry, disappointed, upset. Why? Because you could have brought them to life. But now they have to go to the grave with you. So I ask you, how many ghosts are going to be standing around? Your bed when your time comes? I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places with devastating poverty that need your help. And Africa is just the beginning. The Middle East needs you. Japan needs you. Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, Philadelphia, they all need you. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. especially the young people. I'm not speaking for everyone up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need you because the world needs hope, energy, ideas, and action. And that starts with your willingness to give. Give everything you've got, your time, your talent, your prayers, your treasures. Some of you are business majors, some are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some have money, some have patience, some have kindness, some have love. Whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? And here's my last point about failure. Sometimes, it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never follow a straight path. I started at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it. I couldn't say it, and I definitely couldn't pass it. So I switched to pre-law, then journalism. With no academic focus, my grades dropped hard. I ended up with a 1.8 GPA. Eventually, the university kindly suggested I take some time off. I was 20 years old at my lowest point. Then came a moment I'll never forget. March 27, 1975. I was helping my mother in her beauty salon in Mount Vernon. There was an older woman there, one of the town's elders. I didn't know her, but I saw her watching me in the mirror. She just kept staring. Eventually, she took the dryer off her head and looked straight at me. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And she was right. In the years that followed, just as she had prophesied, I have traveled the world. I've spoken to millions of people through my movies, through my words. And those people who couldn't see me in person, they still heard me. They saw me through the stories I told. But today I see you, and I'm encouraged by what I see. I'm strengthened by what I see. Taking risks isn't just about going after jobs or dreams. It's about knowing what you know, accepting what you don't, being open to people and to ideas. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith you hold, that is what will define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. And when you fall, because you will fall, don't fall back, fall forward.